I decided I'd do a video blog for this week. I just really wanted to wrap up what had happened over Christmas. We had our break from the instructional design module, which was very welcome, and it gave a lovely respite from all of the activities. But now we're getting ready to head back to class next week, so I wanted to catch you up on what I've been doing. So I went back and I reviewed my eportfolio based on comments that I had received from my peer review, from my project group, and also from Wirren when it was assessed. From my peer group, the recommendation was there was a lot of information there, but it sometimes could be difficult to find it, and a suggestion was made that I might tag my reflection blogs and my posts so that information will be easier to categorize and to find. So I spent some of the Christmas break doing that, tagging every post. The recommendation that Wirren made was in relation to my e-learning philosophy, something that I'd worked on back in November. So I went back to revisit that based on her recommendations that I examine Wenger's communities of practice. Given that my philosophy espoused the benefits of constructivism and social constructivism and how we can learn to work with one another and learn from one another, she suggested that it might be an interesting read, it might be relevant. So that's what I did again over the break. I reviewed the documentation and found that it actually encapsulated everything that I believed that the group setting and the working together could actually accomplish. So Wenger talked about what communities of practice look like. He suggested that they help one another problem solve, giving information, requests for information, seeking experience, discussing developments or documentation projects, basically identifying or mapping knowledge and identifying gaps. So I found when I reviewed what he said communities of practice looked like, it was exactly what had happened with our project group for the instructional design, and that very, very much turned into a community of practice. And even though the project is now submitted, we're still continuing to share information via the blog that we created for instructional design. So it's actually turned out to be very interesting. It's also particularly relevant because a week ago I started a MOOC, and I'm very, very impressed with the MOOC so far. It's called EtMOOC. And it absolutely typifies everything that Wenger is talking about with community of practice. That is the ethos of this is my second MOOC, and the ethos with this one is very, very different. It's very much get involved as much as you want, take out of it as much as you want, but share as much as you can. So it's a really, really interesting experience. Gives me good experience of being on the other side of e-learning and being a student. So I'm hoping that my experiences, the experiences that I get from partaking in the MOOC, I'll be able to bring with me into my development for my own e-learning courses. So that's it.